welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Mix It Up Monday, and I'm also working on 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life series number 18. This is day number 9, and our sketch is this gorgeous sketch here that we're going to be using for Mix It Up Monday. Now, I did that on purpose because I know that a lot of my participants participate in 30 Days of Sketches, and I try to make that easy for everybody. So let's talk about what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using Tracy Reed's newest collection, Poolside. It came out on Friday. I have a Vicky Bouton stencil, some of the ephemera pieces, what I have left. I have a piece of the pattern paper that I printed, as well as some of the, she calls these patterned cards, and those are the cards that she is going, or that has like a smattering of all of the patterns. I'm not sure if or how many of those I'm going to use, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to pause and I'm going to start working on this mixed media. I'll be right back. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace this large scrap that I have onto my white background. And the reason I'm doing that is so I'm not covering up as much of the texture paste as I could if I guessed. I know that you've seen me cover up texture paste multiple times in the past, but sometimes I actually plan for it, which is what I've done today. One of the things that happens here is because I'm wanting a full 12-inch stencil of this with the texture paste, is it smashes just a tad in the middle, more so on one side than the other. And this is going to be okay because for the most part I will be covering up those two areas where it's really messed up. So I've got my line there just to allow me the space to work. And so you can see where it kind of got blotchy, where I covered it up with the stencil and smashed it down. The way to avoid that, of course, would be to do just a little bit at a time, allow it to dry, and then come back and do the rest and allow it to dry. Well, time was of the essence, and so I didn't take the time to do it that way. So what I'm showing you now is I am using my Uncharted Mariner to do some splatters. Off camera, I will go ahead and add in peacock feathers and mermaid lagoon splatters as well in the same manner. You just didn't get to see me do that. You're going to see me cut down this piece of scrap here, and ironically I'm not actually even going to use it. It gets set aside and maybe I'll use it another time. So I'm going to mat the photo of the dog. This is my niece's dog. I'm not sure of the dog's name. And this also means that there won't be any journaling from me on this layout. I'll leave it open for my sister to journal. I am going to mat the photo of my sister and my niece with the sunburst patterned card. Lost my train of thought now. And I'm leaving a larger margin around the edge. It's about a 1/2 inch-ish. And I did that because I wanted you to still see that there was a sunburst on that. I did trim down the green paper by about 1 inch. And so that means that I'm not going to be covering up any of my stenciling with the paper, but I will with my embellishments. I really kind of wanted to use the tag for my journaling, and I end up trying it out a couple of places. This is the second place. I'm going to leave it sit there for a few moments. I don't actually use it. So now I'm going to take the ephemera, which I cut more of, and I'm going to just kind of layer it down the sides on this layout. I'm alternating colors, so I'm kind of giving that a little bit of a thought. There are 4 different colors of large flowers in these clusters, And so I'm just going to alternate them as much as possible. So I know that this seems kind of slow, but this is what we've got. I thought I might leave that one layered on top of the green pattern paper, but in the end I tuck it as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and start working with the other side, and I'm going to attempt to get the same colors going up and down of the large flowers just so that it's cohesive. And I thought I might stop with just the 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom, but then I decide that I need to move some things around. So I'm going to set my rest of my flowers over here in that tray. That is a Tidy Boss tray, and it is a puzzle piece sorter. You can find those on Amazon. I believe mine are 10 by 10. I have a white set that you see most often, and I also have a black set that I'm using for the current Vicky Booten class that I am taking, and I've sorted all of her embellishments in that. So far so good. I'm pretty happy with this. All right, I got this layout completely done, at least my part of it. I'll have to leave the journaling to my dear sister to put in there. So I've left her a space to write and got everything glued down. I used wet glue on everything except for the title, which I used some foam adhesive, and that makes my layout complete. I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe. If you're new here, I would love to have you as a subscriber. If you are new to me in general, I have a Facebook community group where I host 3 hops each month. Anyone is welcome to join. You just have to be a member of the group so that you can get the information that you need for the hops. We still have Rainbow Crush and Iron Crafter Challenge for the month of June that you are welcome to participate in. Just click that link down below in my description box and answer those membership questions, and I will happily add new friends. So otherwise, make sure that you're watching that playlist so that you can see what everybody else's take is on this sketch for 30 Days of Sketches and Mix It Up Monday. Glad to have you here, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Bye.